Hey, welcome back once again to Jack's Tech Corner. This is a photography training workshop. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about point and shoot cameras. I know a lot of you out there still have these things and you use these. This is the little Nikon Coolpix point and shoot camera. They all work about the same way. The one thing you won't find on a point and shoot camera that I have to maybe a downside of having a point and shoot, right? There's no hot shoe. There's no place to put a flash on here and to use bounce flash or anything. So the only option we have is this little flash here, right? Just a little flash that shoots straight out. Is that right? Well, maybe not so much. I've taken some time here and worked on this lesson a little bit because I wanted to show you that you can use a point and shoot camera with a $30 Yongnuo off-camera flash. And it works really, really well, and it's going to dramatically change your pictures. And again, this is a point and shoot camera. I know a lot of you out there have them, and they're great, right? Because we can just take this and put it in our pocket, right? And pull it out whenever and take a picture. Now, I can warn you, you're already thinking, will this work with my iPhone or with my Android phone? It will not, because that particular flash is a LED, like an LED light in there that just pulsates really quick. Where this flash is actually more of a strobe type of a flash, so the off-camera flash will pick it up, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. What we have here is my subject today. I have a nice little fruit basket. We're going to take a couple of pictures of this. We're going to show you what we're talking about. The first thing I'm going to take a picture of is with the on-camera flash, just the one straight out here, and I'm going to go and take a picture of this, and then we're going to show it to you. Let's go and take a picture here. Okay, and here's that picture now. Okay, on that particular picture you can see that the light is shining very, very brightly. It's very hard light. It hit the fruit. You see it reflecting off the apples when you looked at that picture, and it's very hard light. So if you're shooting a picture of somebody's face, their face is going to be really, really almost blown out to the point where it's really lit up, right, when you're that close to somebody doing a portrait. So what we're going to show you now is how to use a umbrella with a Yongnuo off-camera flash. And you're already wondering, how does this work? Well, there's no sync cable going from here to here, and there's no way to take this flash and connect it on top of here. So what are we going to do? Well, these flashes operate on what's called a slave mode. Now, what a slave mode allows you to do is it will see the pulse from this light, and it will actually flash this light. So we're going to go ahead and turn this on. And if you ever buy a Yongnuo flash, this happens to be the YN5602. Now you can get the cheaper ones for, like I say, about 30 bucks. And you can set it up in slave mode, and they all work about the same. Here's a little trick we're going to do though. Since we don't want this flash shooting straight onto our fruit again, we don't want it to go straight out. We're going to use a little piece of masking tape is all this is. I folded it over. And you don't want to block the light, but what we're going to do here is we're going to take this light and just make a little deflector on it. And what that's going to allow us to do is the strobe light will see, the strobe light will actually see the pulse of this light, and then it'll fire the flash onto our fruit basket. Let's go ahead and we're going to take that shot now. And what I'm going to do here first is I'm going to use this as a shoot-through umbrella. Let me turn it around here. Lift this up a little bit. So yeah, don't think that just because you have a point and shoot camera you can't get some very interesting shots with this, and you'd be very happy at the results. So let's go ahead and now we're going to take a shot with the Nikon Coolpix, and we're going to slave off of this light. We're going to slave this light here. Now at that point you should have seen the actual strobe fire. You should have seen this light, this umbrella, fire. The fruit did not see this light because it just did nothing more than trigger that light. I can caution you though, when you go outdoors, this is a little bit more trickier because this light has a hard time seeing this. But if you're indoors, it works great and you're going to have a lot of fun with this. Now, so let's go ahead and take a look at what that picture looks like. And now you can see the picture here. You can see how nice this picture looks, and how softer the light is on it. It's not real harsh now. We don't have that harsh boom coming into that fruit. It's just a really, really soft, very subtle light. Let's go ahead now. We're gonna shoot into the umbrella. So let's turn our umbrella around. Now again, folks, even if you have to buy the light stand and everything, you're looking at, I pick these light stands up off of Amazon for maybe $15. It's not an expensive light stand. The bracket here, you can get those off. I found those on eBay as cheap as $5. So $20. The umbrella itself, another maybe $10, so that's $30, and a $30 light. So $60, $50 or $60, you can have one perfect light, and you can do so much with it. Let's go ahead and tilt this up. And what we're going to do now is we're going to have this light coming, and we're going to shoot into the umbrella and bring the light down on top of our fruit basket. Let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll have a look at this picture. Again, now with that, you can see again how soft it is and how nice that light lit that fruit up. We're going to do one more experiment so I can show you that even if you don't have an umbrella, you can make a big, big difference with your point and shoot camera with this off-camera flash. And the way we're going to do this time is we're going to take our our Yongnuo flash, and we take the umbrella off. Let's do that. So we'll take our umbrella off altogether. All right, just like so. I want to make sure I can show you this here. We're going to take our flash this time with the bare head, and all we're going to do is we're going to point it up to my white ceiling. All right. What this is going to do, it's going to let us blanket the light over our subject. So even if you don't have an umbrella and you have a flash like this and a light stand, there's still so much you can do. And remember, the closer the light is to your subject, the softer the light will be. So here we're going to shoot it right up on the ceiling, the white ceiling, and it's going to cascade down over, and it's going to actually blanket that fruit basket with some really, really nice soft light. We're going to actually even pull the diffuser panel out and try that. And shooting through the umbrella, I did have this at half power. And we're going to try that. We're just going to try it at half power and just see what it does. So let's go ahead and take a look at this, and we'll see what this picture looks like. We did take a minute already and looked at the umbrella picture. Let's take another look at that picture just to be sure we got it before I move on. And again, you can see that shooting into the umbrella and blanketing the light around our subject, how it made it softer. It's just harder to control that type of light because you're hitting that umbrella and you're blowing that light out. I like more shooting through the umbrella because it's more direct. So if you're using an umbrella, that's a better way to use it. But you can use it, if you're shooting in, especially when I'm doing groups of people. When I'm at, whenever we're doing a family portrait or something, we love to have that big umbrella set up so you can shoot into that and bring that light and blanket over everybody, naturally, so it looks more normal. Okay, so that's that picture. Let's go ahead and move on. Now we're going to shoot this one to the ceiling here. We still have our masking tape on our flash. We're going to have a look here and see what we got now. All right. Again, you'll notice that we have let's take a look at this picture. Very, very soft light on that picture, and it looks really, really about the same as it did really in the umbrella or through the umbrella. So if you can't afford the other 20 or 30 bucks for the umbrella, this is a great way to do it. Just take your flash, point it to a white ceiling, and it'll work for you. Since we got a few more minutes of video, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you, I'm going to attempt to show you anyway. Let's see if this will work. My walls in this room are blue. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to bring the light up, and I'm going to take the light, take the deflector off, and we're going to bounce this now to the blue wall. So I'm going to show you what happens to your picture when you bounce this to a colored wall. All right, we're back on. We're still on half power. You know what? We're going to go to full power on this one just to see what happens. Full power. Another thing you can't use with the point and shoot camera, folks, I know if you've been watching a lot of my shows, we can't use a light meter because anything we can really adjust with the camera is the ISO. We can't adjust the shutter speed or the aperture setting, so we're kind of at a loss there, but we're just doing this all by feel. So we're going to shoot this to that blue wall and see what we get here in our picture. Okay. All right, and it's pretty hard to see with the coloring of the fruit and everything, but what happens is, what I was trying to show you, we'll look at this picture. And there's the picture. So what I was trying to show you though is it will, especially on skin tones, it will give you a blue tint. So be careful the walls when you're shooting with a flash like this. Even though we're not using the flash on the camera at this point, the only thing this is doing is signaling our strobe light. So that's what this is doing. All right, back this off here. Turn this off. Okay, folks, well, I hope you've enjoyed this video tutorial. And, you know, if you have a point and shoot camera, you're not out of luck, or you can't use your imagination. I mean, or let's say you can use your imagination. You can go out there and shoot and do different things with it. It does have limitations. But don't let that limitations, you know, have you not watch my shows, not watch my videos and learn photography. Because as you've seen with these pictures we just did in this video with a point and shoot camera, and again, you know, a $30 to $50 flash unit with the stand and everything. So you have a lot of options, people, and it's a wonderful thing to be able to shoot with your camera. And you know, it might look dumb to some people. It's like, why do you got tape on your flash? But when you show them the results, they're going to say, wow, that's a gorgeous picture. How did you do that? And you're going to be like, well, you know, I watched Jack's Tech Corner. I'm part of the JTC crew. So I appreciate you stopping by this video here on YouTube. Please check out all my other YouTube videos. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the videos. I would love to have you a subscriber. Check out my website, jackstechcorner.com. And here you will find some great DVDs on Photoshop Elements and Lightroom to learn how to use those tools even better, just as well as you're going to use your camera. Also, this is all falling under a new umbrella that I deemed the JTC Learning Network. And I'm working on that website right now. It's jtclearningnetwork.com. So I have a bunch of different types of topics I work with, and a bunch of shows, so I decided to make the JTC Learning Network. So folks, thank you very much for stopping by and watching this episode of Jack's Tech Corner. I'm going to take my cool pics and get out of here and go shoot some more. Take care. I'll see you next time here on Jack's Tech Corner. Bye for now.